Yo, hello everyone, it's Emir here, and today's video is pretty much going to be about the newest November 6th update, which is going to bring new content, a new Descendant, and a lot of actual really good features. Maybe some are going to be frowned upon by the community, but honestly, I think all of these, I honestly believe that the additions coming in November 6th are actually going to give the game a better chance to attract, I guess, lost player base. um, but we'll have to see, right? Because as always, they didn't show a lot of content, but they showed a lot of items that we are gonna be able to get. So I think that's kind of like a mistake coming from them. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Sorry. So as we know, the update is gonna be on November 6th. As you can see here, the first thing that they addressing here is are the issues that the community made them aware of, I guess, as far as the October update goes, which means the sword, not only performance, but also the sword's drop rates, right? So they acknowledge that the swords are lacking in power. So obviously they will try to buff them and they will keep an eye on their performance going forward. So this to see if they need more buffs or whatever they need to make them on par to using an actual weapon, right? A gun. Now, the fatigue for farming the source is also incredibly, like, let's be real, it was incredibly bad. Getting the 2% drop rates to 5% was really bad decision from them. So what they know is that they're gonna be adding this thing called um, decryption keys as event rewards to help ease the farming grind, which means the decryption keys are the things you need in Void Abyss to open the boxes. So, but they also will be monitoring to see if there are more. There's additional measures to reduce the fatigue for farming the swords, which obviously they're gonna be adding because the grind is horrible. I haven't even finished one because I honestly don't want to do it. Sorry for that. Now the sword pass, they also acknowledge they fucked up with the sword pass, making it not only you need the first battle pass of the season, but additional the sword pass, right? So they said that going forward, they will no longer make the sword pass like a regular basis thing, but probably sometimes add it into the main battle pass, and things like that. So I think that's good for them because honestly, not only buying the normal battle pass, but also the sword pass was already like some chunk of money. Plus, also if you want skins and everything like that, they keep releasing like bi-weekly. It's also like a big spending on the first Descendant, right? So honestly, props to them for deciding that they're not gonna be releasing the sword pass separate. And as far as the Halloween goes, they acknowledge that they screwed up by not making the succubus, sorry, like skins very different from each other. So going forward, except for the skins that were already planned to release, going forward they're gonna making skins to look like really different in terms of edge character as far as the specific one goes. So again, another props to the devs because not only they mentioned that, but they also mentioned that the skins that we're gonna release, which I think were like the made one for Serena and some sort of like nurse they mentioned are gonna come in terms of uh, events instead of being able to be purchased. So that's honestly huge from them because it's pretty much a free skin that they plan to release for money. So I think that's pretty cool for them from them. Sorry. Now, if we go a little bit down, obviously for people that care, the main story is gonna continue. We're gonna be seeing more of Alpha and everything else related to the conflict that is going on right now between pretty much like Corel wanting to end humanity, right? So good thing. Now, as far as the problem goes, is that the new dungeon, the Supermassive Receptor, is the only zone that's gonna be added for the update. It's the only content, the actual content, I would say, added to this update. What is the Supermassive Receptor dungeon? Pretty much is gonna be a zone where you enter from the action planes. Um, Obviously, since it's gonna be big, you can use your motorbike and everything. Also, it's gonna be like underground. They didn't say much about this, but honestly, I don't blame them. No spoilers. But yeah, like I said, this is the only real content that we're gonna be getting, other than grinding for stuff. But maybe maybe this is fun one. We will have to see. Now, for people that are wanted to be playing Hariss, we will be able to play it next week. I mean, to play her next week. Sorry. She pretty much is Descendant that is gonna focus on either skill or sword damage, I guess. She also doesn't use MP. She has her own resource, and honestly, she looks really fun to play. I like her. I'm not gonna play the trailer. You can go watch it by yourself. I think it's a pretty good trailer, honestly. But yeah, I think she looks really fun, and also from looking at the um, Devstream, she seems to have like a really insane multipliers for her skills. So we'll have to see how strong she can get, honestly, because she has some really insane multipliers in those skills. Now, obviously, like I mentioned, she's gonna be either focusing on sword and sword buffs for everyone, including herself, or obviously skill damage, right? Sorry, now the next thing that they're gonna be adding, and this is actually, I think, a really important part of the content that is gonna be going forward for the game. These are called Ancestor Modules. Now, I played Warframe a long time ago, so I didn't really get to see them. But a lot of people were mentioning that these are really similar to some of Warframe modules. How the Ancestor modules work? Well, they are obviously exclusive to each Descendant, as you can see here. Not only they're exclusive to each Descendant, but they will also never give you a stat for a specific archetype you don't need, right? So, for example, Bonnie you will always get electric um, buff for Bonnie. You won't get like poison or chill. You're always gonna get electric rolls for Bonnie. So that's a good thing. However, the only thing is that the Ancestors modules will replace a normal module because they can be installed in any of the 10 module slots. So maybe you can make like some insane builds right now because they're giving us a lot of power with this. However, the thing, as you can see here on the screen, is that you will always get a negative status effect. Obviously, if it's defense, it won't really matter a lot because, as you know, defense is not like super necessary stat. So yeah. Now the only problem with this is that they are gonna be time gated, daily time gate. So as you can see here, daily acquisition is limited and can be obtained through operational area world quest completion, world crusher elimination, Sigma sector completion, and the ETA zero shop. So daily chance for us to getting this will be limited to these tasks. Once you complete them at least once, I guess per day, you won't be able to get this anymore. Or maybe you can get like you can still farm world crusher on the hour and maybe get more chances. They didn't specify, but they did specify that it's gonna be time gate grind. With that being said, you will be required to reroll your modules, which means that you cannot save any stat here. You will always reroll everything on the screen. So if you have 3 rolls here and then you reroll, you can get 2 rolls. Obviously, you were gonna be keeping the third stat rolls, but you cannot save anything in the module. So you're gonna be rerolling probably a lot unless you get like really lucky. But yeah. Also, this comes in hand with what I think is probably gonna give the game a lot better chance um, to actually revive, kind of. Sorry for the words, but it is true. And it's the trading system. So how will the trading system work? As you can see here on the screen, for now, as they mentioned on the Devstream, for now you can only trade trigger modules because they want to like give a little bit of time for the grind to settle in. But for now, you can only grind trigger modules, right? Now, the only thing is that for each trade that you do, if you are the seller, you're gonna be uh, paying a fee per sale, which is only of caliber, right? So, well, I mean, this is only the 10% caliber transaction fee. However, they mentioned that when trading, you can have zero caliber and the other player can pay you like 40, right? Now, since your total fee is gonna be of 4 caliber, you're gonna only receive 36 caliber from the other player, which means that you can trade without caliber, which is pretty good. Also, the fee, I think it's good because it helps prevent like bot situation and things like that. So I think the fee is a really good idea to add because obviously I think Warframe works pretty much the same. Now, with the addition of the trading system, for now they've said that after a month of the Ancestor Modules release, they're gonna be able to be traded, right? So in December, we're gonna be able to trade the OP Ancestor Modules for whatever amount of caliber that the market is gonna require because it's not like they are only giving us a trading system, but they're also adding a web marketplace where you can list and search for modules of your choosing, right? So that means that they are super prepared to add the trading. I think it's really good for from them to fully embrace the trade into the game, as this honestly gives a lot of people like more time to play for the game. You know, like more gameplay time because they will be trying to get like, oh, I can now get skins if I play a lot and sell my modules for a good amount of caliber, right? For, well, a decent amount of caliber at least. So honestly, trading system pretty good. I think if it goes well and the web marketplace is actually well done, this can elevate at least the game's population, gonna bring back a lot of players probably. So we'll have to see, right? I think this is a really nice addition. Now, obviously, since it's like the season episode 2, we're gonna be getting a new battle pass, which as you can see here on the screen, these are the skins that are gonna be coming, plus the new sword and a skin for the sword, I think. So that's really nice from them that they fixed it instantly. So props to them. I mean, there's nothing else to say. It's really nice from them to like fix the sword battle pass as soon as they can, right? Now the new ultimate weapon Hive Master. Let me see if I can find it here. Probably around here. Hailey, sorry for this. There we go. So here is the gun in function, as you can see here. It's like it's like a some sort of Voltia, but way better, of course. So that's pretty much it. Now, obviously, they're gonna be adding new ultimate modules for swords, for Descendants, new mutant cells, new trigger modules, and new external components. Which pretty much, I think this is gonna be the set for Hariss. We'll have to see. Now, the Hailey balance improvements. They're adding 2 new Transcendent modules to help her ease her farming situation, and pretty much one makes you use your fort ability and become invisible, and the other one is for the gun farming, but they are also removing the penalty from your like cryo thingy. So now you move fast like Biesa. That's pretty much it for Hailey. I think this is gonna be like making her now usable with a gun build since you're gonna be moving fast enough, or probably even a skill power build. We'll have to see. Now, additional improvements, they are actually buffing Wall Crusher. Since they are gonna buff Wall Crusher's multi-hit defense capabilities, which means Serena will do less damage with multi-hit weapons, We don't know how much, or we don't know if it's actually gonna be significant, but at least they're trying to buff World Crusher so that you don't kill it in 30 seconds, right? They're also changing Void Erosion, which is Purge, as we call it. They're actually kind of like, it's not a nerf, but they're only choosing Legion of Darkness to to like ease the burden of the rotation. So you always fighting Legion of Darkness. And obviously the Bayonetta collab. Um, anyone who likes Bayonetta, it will be available next week. Obviously, they will also be adding new skins, as we are gonna be able to see here real fast. I'm gonna show them real fast. So we're gonna be getting first the Hailey. The Balbi. This is Balbi. This is skin for Balbi. Now they're gonna be showing Nell's skin. As you can see here, she just has her cheeks out. Now the Battle Pass skin they showed. Now this is, I guess, the next common skin for everyone. This is for the males. It's like a bike rider. And for the females, another bike rider, like with the cat uh, things on her helmet and like some sort of tail. And this is the skin we're gonna be getting through events, which is the Serena made skin. And as far as the skin goes, that's all of it. And obviously some events in game. So with that being said, this is all for the November 6th update. Like I mentioned, I hope everyone liked the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.